We're streaming live.
Recording in progress.
The day 2 of the Pranic Process Online. Happy to be with you. I'm so excited to be presenting this program again. And it's so rewarding to me that we are meeting in this way. And we can share our thoughts and feelings via this type of technology, but also via internet. Hi, everyone participating. I'm sending you a big hug of love. Today we're going in the second day of this inspirational program. We're having 7 more days to go. And each day we share methods and technologies and practices to upgrade your energy and be more connected to your higher self, to source, and to your inner verse, and how to upgrade your being. Let me see if the camera is on. Okay, this I hope everyone is hearing and seeing me well on all platforms. We're streaming on 4 platforms, so in case you see me looking in various directions, it's because we are filming with multiple cameras. I am excited to talk about how to master your mind today, how to be in touch with your thoughts and master your thoughts and know how to generate thoughts that are generating good realities in your life. Because you are a generator no matter what, and it's best to have mastery over your thoughts and over what you are creating. Every person here, I hope, has heard and witnessed how you can create your reality with your thoughts. Let me know in the comments if you resonate with that, if that's your reality, and if you've experienced that ever, to have a thought or a feeling and to see it manifest. For example, the basic things. You are thinking of someone and he or she calls you. Or you are thinking of a thing and it happens quite rapidly after you thought about it. That's called instant manifestation in some languages, but it's also called creating your reality, because your reality is created with your thoughts. I am embracing everyone who is participating in this class, and for those of you who are new to this, I'm going to share a little bit about what you are watching here. So this class is a program that I'm teaching since 2013. It's one of my jobs as a peace ambassador, so I'm sharing it for more than 7 years now, almost 10 years now. Yes. As a peace ambassador all over the world, we have shared it in multiple languages. It's a program that it's updated by descended masters to help humanity upgrade our frequency and thrive through these coming times. Everything is frequency and vibration for me. Everything is reality created by thought, and everything is mind-based. So once you align your mind with your emotions and with your energy, whatever you want can come into reality if it is for your highest good. Today we talk about how to master that skill of aligning your mind with your emotions and your thoughts, and we talk about how to maybe clear the clutter, if you will, in that's standing in the way of what you want to create, or standing in the way of your ideal life, whatever you envision for your life. You know, how many of you have wanted to manifest certain things, or create certain things, or have certain things happen in your life, and you've noticed that no matter what you did, it didn't come to fruition? Sometimes it's because you didn't choose to manifest something that is best for you. You know, when you want a partner or you want a certain job and it's not happening, it might be because you actually not meant to have that specific person or that specific job. But sometimes it is because actually you are not in alignment with that frequency just yet. You are not having a frequency match, as we call it. Most people have their emotions in alignment, they have their energy in alignment, but their thoughts are contradicting that reality. So you might think that you want more money or a better relationship, but there's a program behind it that is afraid of having more money or having a stable relationship or having a partner, or has learned that when you have too much money you can spend it unwisely, or you can feel sorry for other people who don't have and you feel guilty, or if you have a partner you might get cheated on or betrayed or love hurts or whatever the programs are. Over my 13 years of experience, more than 20 years actually of experience in working with people in various domains, and 13 years of experience in therapy, I've noticed that people do have contradictory programs that are actually fighting each other, and I've specialized in deprogramming people's blockages or people's minds so that they can create the reality that they want to manifest, so that they are in alignment with their wishes and their emotions. And it's very simple, it's not very complicated, but you can only do this when you find the core belief that's blocking a person from having what he or she truly wants. So when you find that core belief, it's a belief, and this is something I specialized in searching and finding, you then easily remove and replace it with a belief that is more in alignment with their divine self and is more in alignment with their soul's deepest wishes. Some people, as I was saying, they want more abundance, but they have blockages because either they've seen their parents fighting over money, or they've seen rich people getting greedy and not taking care of the poor people, or being arrogant with the poor people, or whatever negative impression they had over money, they are imprinted by it. So therefore they can't create abundance, because if they created abundance they would become those people. So that's one of the programs that I've worked with and removed very often. And then people's lives really change. People's lives really shift based on their shift in their beliefs, and because the shift in your belief is resulting in a shift of energy. And you might say, yeah, but I'm doing affirmations, yes, but I'm doing this and that, I'm doing energy practice, breath work, whatever. Yes, you are, but you cannot see what's below your area of observation. So you cannot resolve a program or a problem from the same level on which it was created. If a program or problem has been created in your mind, you cannot discover it with your mind. You need an observer, someone from the exterior, to go into your subconscious and notice that specific program, because that's why we call it subconscious. It is below your level of consciousness or below your level of observation. You cannot see it, basically. I myself, when I want to deprogram myself, I either go deep in meditation in theta and delta state, where you go beyond the conscious mind. And if that doesn't work, if there's still roots of causes that I cannot notice, because sometimes it's something that can make you spin around for many years, I call a colleague, a therapist, someone who's taking the role of an observer, and they are holding space for me to discover that specific blockage. And I myself hold space for many, many other thousands of people in my therapy sessions for them to discover their own blockages. So it's very simple when you are ready to ask for help. In this program of 8 days, one of the main thing that we're doing for these 8 days is deprogramming your mind and your energy field. We basically install new beliefs, new energies, new core programs, so that your mind and your body functions differently. It functions on a higher level, on a higher energy, and it functions on a much more upgraded level of perception. I've been trained to do this over thousands and thousands of sessions all over the world, and in my conferences and in my speeches, and now we have translated that into this class so that it's easier for you to encompass it. If you are not yet in the class, and if you're watching on YouTube or not YouTube but Facebook and Insta, there's a description of the video that I'm placing now, and you'll find in the comments how you can attend this class, because it's very, very important that now everybody upgrades our frequency, so that we can move to the next level of consciousness for the whole humanity. We are doing this individually and collectively, and it's very important that all of us are in that heightened vibe, because we have been tested, we have been moving through very big challenges over the past 2 years, and that is requiring us to have a much deeper mastery over our mind, over our emotions, and how we are navigating our energy. What I'm loving about this season of challenges that humanity is going through is that so many people are now shifting their lifestyle. They're shifting the way they are eating, the way they are behaving, the way they're spending their time. Some of them are going more into practicing some yoga, doing some exercise, learning some qigong. They start to meditate one way or another, and that is shifting their vibration. Many people have moved these days to vegetarianism and veganism, which is very important, because what you eat is informing your body, and it's creating a certain frequency in your cells, and that frequency plays out as your life. So if you're wondering how food is influencing your life, is you become what you eat. So because I don't want to be a hen or a sheep, which is I don't want to manifest the emotions of a hen or a sheep. I don't eat them, I just don't. I don't eat any animal products, anything that has a face or a profile, just because they are living beings. They have the right to experience life on the planet just as we do. And also they are experiencing some very, very, very heavy emotions when they are killed. So I don't want to eat that. In case people were wondering about diet and how it's influencing your life, well, that's what's happening. I was saying that in the comments on Facebook you find a link on how to participate in this class. It's called Pranic Process Online on our events page. And if you're on Instagram, you also can click the link in bio or link tree, and there you find the Pranic Process Online, and you can join it. The easy way is to type yes in the comments if you want to be with us, and we include you in the whole program, and then you can make the payments later. What happens is that we share in each webinar. We have 7 more webinars to go, including this one of today, in each webinar we share specific methods, practices, techniques, meditations, clearing exercises that are upgrading your field, that are upgrading your energy, that are piloting you into a higher level of energy, of consciousness, and into important changes in your lifestyle. And that is crucial now for all of us, because we have important tests to go through still, and it's important that we have the energy to go through with joy, in ease and grace. If you have any questions, you can use the comments area. The comments area on YouTube is either to the right of your screen if you are on laptop, or below the screen, so you have to scroll a little and you find the comments area, and that's where you can ask the questions so that we have an interactive session. If you're on Facebook or Insta, you already know how to use the comments, so we're looking forward for your questions. And we're looking forward for hearing what you would like to know about this topic. How to master your mind, right? When you are noticing yourself having erratic thoughts, having thoughts that you cannot control, having fears that you cannot master, or sometimes you don't even know where they come from, having worries that are non-stop bothering you, even in your sleep. Would you like to be able to put a stop to that and master that energy and say, now I want to be peaceful, or now I want to just think of what I want to think of, and be able to focus on just one thought. So for example, instead of focusing on what you heard on the news, which is of course very bad and tragic and worrying, and it's going to be doom and gloom for the whole planet, you could have the mastery of thinking of what you want to think. Maybe you had a good experience during the day, and you can shift your attention towards that experience. You can shift your attention towards that pleasant moment, and the more you shift your attention on your pleasant moments, the more you build more of that type of pleasure, of that type of occurrences. It's not the universe giving your life moments to you. It is you creating your life moments with your thoughts. Whatever you are focusing your thoughts on, you are getting more of. So for example, if you focus on the tragic situations, you're focusing on the things that are worrying and heavy, and the conspiracy theories and whatnot, you will get more of that frequency. So maybe you won't get a conspiracy theory, but you're having someone that is trying to deceive you or cheat you, or in any way take advantage of you, which is also some kind of the same energy of conspiracy. When you're focusing on lack, you're getting more bills, more stress, more things to handle financially, because that's what you are building with your mind. When you're focusing on the feeling of not enough, you are getting not enough of either money or care and love and attention, or whatever else you are experiencing in your field. Therefore, it would be wiser if you build a habit of focusing on what you want to manifest. So that's the key number one in mind mastery, and that is very important for pranic consciousness and pranic nourishment as well, because the mind is the biggest energy consumer. It is the number one fuel consumer in your body. So if you're having erratic thoughts and excessive thinking, you're consuming a lot of energy and you're needing a lot of food. When you're going in the pranic state, in the alpha theta state, you are no longer having so many thoughts, you're no longer using so much mind energy, and therefore you can be relaxed and eat less and need less nourishment, and the sensation of hunger disappears. So when I have written this book, the Pranic World book, which is my 5th published book, the last one that I published, I have focused a lot on the science of pranic nourishment and how you can be nourished by light by self-mastering your body reactions. So it's not something that just occurs to people. It's something that can scientifically proven be mastered. The more you silence your mind, the more you are peaceful and still and learn to educate your thoughts and create specific realities that are in the direction of your soul's alignment, the more your frequency is getting higher, is rising, and you are nourished differently. You need less physical nourishment. The reason we were eating so little when we were children was because we were having very little thoughts, very little worries, very little concerns. So therefore we were consuming very little energy at the mental level. When we became grown-ups, or at least adolescents, we started to go into the competition and achievement mode, or literally having businesses and families and children and so on. So there were so many thoughts, so many worries, so many things to deal with, which were energy consuming. Plus your lifestyle and what you focus your attention on, if it's politics, if it's the world, the daily world situation and all that, that's also energy consuming, because you are focusing your attention in a direction that is, first of all, most of it false, so it's a false creation. And second of all, it's very negative. So that consumes a lot of energy. So the more you focus on that and become a conspiracy theory specialist and someone that is always keeping an eye on the war between good and bad and how, the parts are winning or losing, that's eating a lot of your mind energy, a lot of your physical body energy, and you'll need more nourishment, more food. That's not necessarily growing your vibration to compensate for that energy loss. So you're permanently leaking energy, if you will, through your own thoughts, through your own areas of focus. Whereas when you focus on the good in the world, and there is good in the world, there actually is. The fact that we're sitting here now talking about how to upgrade your mind, and it's for free for you that are watching on Facebook and Insta, at least for 5 more minutes, and you can have access to that information without any effort. That is something good that's happening in the world. The fact that friends like Nassim Harmi and Jasmine have built academies where you can have access to limitless positive information, daily videos, daily articles, and monthly meetings. It's also something positive that you can actually fill your mind with. The fact that we're every week having events, either online or in your city, where you can come and uplift your frequency, either with a dance or with a movie or with a class or with a workshop, and go out from your daily routine and upgrade your frequency. This is something positive that you could focus on. The fact that your children are healthy, you yourself are healthy, you have a roof over your head, your body is functioning more or less perfectly, all that stuff, if you build the habit of noticing it every day, you eventually end up raising your mind frequency. So your mind's frequency, the frequency of your mental body, is actually raised by your thoughts, by the thoughts you are cultivating. So the more you cultivate positive thoughts or thoughts of gratitude, the more you are raising your frequency. And that is a daily practice, a daily habit, a daily exercise. It's not something to do randomly. Otherwise, you're being fed other people's reality. You're being nourished mentally with what others want you to swallow or process, and most of the times it's not something positive. It's not something uplifting. So building the habit of daily nourishing your mind with something that you want to cultivate. For example, I open my day with daily meditation, right? That stills my mind and puts me from the sleep mode into the wake mode in a programmed way, right? Then I do 1 hour of mind programming, either watching mind programming videos or how you call that, vision boards. Whatever I want to manifest in my life is going through my eyes first thing in the morning. Not the news, not the Facebook or Instagram scrolling, not the posts or messages of my friends. I'm not interested in anything at that hour when I'm waking up other than programming my mind and setting my mindset in the direction that I want my life to go. And that's a daily practice, you know. Then I talk to you for 1 or 2 hours, and that's also uplifting because I basically let information move through me, coming from source, opening my mouth, talking to you. It's something that educates myself as well. Then I do 1 hour of sun gazing, laying on the grass and connecting with natural elements, and that's programming my energy field to be connected with nature and have the energy from the sun and from the earth into my body. And doing something that I love, as a break after teaching this class. So maybe spending time with my pet or with a loved friend, or something that I enjoy doing, something that is lifting my frequency. Then when I have spare time, either between the healing sessions or in my evening hours, I watch a documentary or a movie or something, some positive news, something like that, that is teaching me something about the nature of energy, the nature of the world, and how to have more positive impact upon myself and others. I don't watch the news. That's not teaching me anything. That's just giving me bad news, bad information, sometimes false information. It's programming my mind in a direction that I don't want it to go. So I choose specifically what I want to watch and what I'm investing my energy in. Why? Because my life energy is precious. It's the most precious asset that I have. So this is how you train your mind. When somebody comes and gives you bad news or some reality that they want to feed you with, like for example, people are trying to convince me to eat more or eat meat for 20 years now. I don't understand why they're still doing this, but it's interesting that they're still trying. Whenever someone is giving me all the information and all the science of why meat is good for people, I just don't engage in the conversation. I don't even try to convince people anymore in that direction. I don't fuel that direction with any effort, unless I'm in a class and you came here to hear about it. But most of the times I just disengage from the conversation. Why? Because that's a reality that I don't want to nourish or support at all. Not by positively approving it or by negatively disapproving it, not by paying attention to it. It's just not at all working for me. So mind mastery is sometimes not engaging with the people that are giving you information that is not useful for you. Is not consuming energy for conflict in any way, shape, or form, or for contradictory topics. If you have another opinion, you are free to have it. You are free to consider something different than I think, and I am free to hold on to my opinion if I find it more useful or more beneficial. So this is how I cultivate but also preserve my mind's energy in a way that keeps me in a high vibration as much as possible. When somebody is intending to engage in conflict, to contradict or criticize or give the impression that in one way or another it would be better if I were different, or it's not good enough the way I am, that's also not something that I engage with at all. I'm no longer wanting anyone's appreciation or approval, and I'm not needing anyone's affection specifically. So if somebody is literally trying to shift me in a way that I don't feel I resonate with, I don't engage with it, and I basically move away from either the conversation or the meeting. It's not avoidance, it's just zero appetite for conflict. And that's also mind mastery. So I just shared just a few techniques, a few things that are useful to do every day for mastering the mind and for preserving the energy of your mind field. Also, you can measure. We offered the technique the other day in this class where you can actually measure how much energy you have on each of your bodies. So, for those of you who don't know this, there is the physical body, but you also have an energy body, an emotional body, and a mind body. And each one is nourished differently, each one is functioning differently. So, if you know how to energize each one of your bodies, and if you know how to nourish each one of your bodies, you can be in a pranic state and need less food, lighter food, or none at all, because each one of your bodies is nourished differently. And we shared about it in this book, which you can find on Amazon. In English is the Pranic World Book, and in Romanian is Cartea Lumii Pranice. In this one, we shared about all the bodies that you have and how each one is nourished differently and how you can nourish each one of your bodies. For example, the mental body, when you don't have enough new information, enough new learnings, it's feeling hungry. And some people are trying to compensate that with excessive food because there's a hormone that you're not building, which is dopamine. If you want to build up that hormone, you need to learn something new. You need to either study some new area or watch documentary, read a new book, get into a new class, participate to the Pranic Process Online, for example, or whatever else is feeding you new, interesting, useful, beneficial information, because your mind body is hungry. Sometimes people have a hungry mind body and they're trying to use excessive food or junk information like Instagram scrolling, Facebook binging, all that stuff. That's not really nourishing, and that's not really helping, and that's actually more energy consuming. So you need to know which one of your bodies is hungry and how to nourish it. For example, I built a subscription in Gaia. It's one of the most useful private TV channel, not TV channel, but online channel with multiple movies and documentaries and classes. And because I have this subscription and I didn't have much time to go through it in the past year, this year I'm sharing it with other people. So every Thursday we are doing a movie night in our city and online, so you can also participate. And in that movie night, we share documentaries and information from this channel and some other important and interesting movies. And we then comment comment on them and share our opinions and the views and insights and experience on that topic. And in a meeting for about 1 or 2 hours, we have fabulous ways of nourishing our minds, and building a higher energy. And that's something I'm finding really useful and interesting to do. And this is how we're trying to also help others build new and more beneficial energy. So if you're and you can find in my bio a link for that, and also on my Facebook page there's an event that we just published on that topic, so you can also participate today around 7 p.m. in that movie night if you want. So we're sending you now much love for those of you who are on Insta and Facebook. If you want to be in the whole program, just type yes in the comments and we include you. Or you can go in the description of the video, the comments, or the bio of Instagram, and you see the Pranic Process Online, and you learn how you can participate in the whole program or just the webinar of today. We continue with the ones on Zoom and YouTube for the daily meditation. We will move into that now, and it's a really, really powerful, uplifting meditation that we're doing together. And for those of you on the other channels, big hugs, and hope to see you in our trainings whenever you feel called to it. Much love.